position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a team from the playoff a year ago, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Dogs ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Clemson's offense will have the football first. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys. And it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Bob.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it. But it's just football.
Now, guys, when you're talking about Clemson, they had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
The Dogs are barking and growling and trying to hold him here on third down. Oh, they're after him. Makes the grab. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
Great job by the defense in the back end that time. He made the catch, and he had a little wiggle room to run afterwards, but they were able to get to him, rip the football out, and that is a massive takeaway for the defense.
Great place to start for this offense. Here's the give off the left side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. With the catch, it's Davis. At the 20, he's got space. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Grabbed over the middle. It's Riggs. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Trying to run it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs! They draw first blood, and that is exactly what you want to open the season with a drive like that. They can use this first score to sort of set the tone, guys, in this rivalry matchup.
Man, doesn't this feel good to come out, score early, get the crowd involved, get the nerves out of the way, Palmer, when you're playing in a big rivalry game?
Yeah, and I feel like momentum is always a big thing in any game, but in rivalry games, it's that much more important because everybody is going to feed off that first score now.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Got his man. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Pocket breaking down. Pulls in the deep ball. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one? Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Got his man in the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wants to keep it in the air. Fires to the right. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Contreras. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks. It's first down. New set of downs after the completion. Wants to go up top on first down. Here's the pressure. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Tigers. Made the grab in the end zone for the score. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Well, one of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get him. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. They'll try the run. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. The play action fake. Fires to the big fella. Good pickup there as he gets the first down, and they'll mark him at the 48.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
You want to make a guy that's elite, that's one of the best in the business, start to become more and more human. Keep getting hits on him. Nice job by the defense, getting in his face, being physical. Make him feel your presence. Don't let him get comfortable back there in that pocket.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. Georgia sends out the punt team. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. 1st play of the drive will come from the 9-yard line. Looking downfield on first down. Setting up the screen. Turning it on. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. He'll do it himself. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Let's take a second and talk about Clemson. At some point, with all of the transfer portal talk and guys going in and out, you can score one for continuity with this ball club, can't you, David?
That means your system and your culture is working, man, because these guys so often are just going for the next opportunity, the next bag of money. Nice job. They kept their guys that they recruited, that they love.
Yeah, it sounds so cliche, but these players really have bought in to this coaching staff and the message and what they're preaching. They all believe they could do something very special this season.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? From the gun, wants to pass. With the catch, it's Durant. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Bulldogs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Bulldogs have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Trying to set up the screen. He stopped at the 32. Picks up 10 on the play and gets the first down. That is a time-honored way to slow down the rush, hit him with the screen, and a chunk play.
Yeah, such a great job because you're flying up the field to get to the quarterback because everything looks like pass down the field. Let those guys get up the field, throw it right behind him. He does a little bit of the rest, making some moves, getting upfield, making the big play.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
Looking to throw again. And they're not on the same page there. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Durant. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. They didn't quite get that route run deep enough to pick up the first down. Now they've got a 4th and short.
And I think everybody at home tends to yell at their television set, why aren't you getting past?
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. That one hurts. They thought they'd move the chains on 4th down. Instead, they back up. Here comes the field goal unit. Looks as if this will be a 51-yard attempt. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. So they are lining up to kick it off after that last drive. Put a 3-spot on the board, and now the defense will try to shut them down. And he's going to bring it out. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Hold it, finds his man on the left. He gets it up to the 17 before being wrestled out of bounds.
And a great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Off the bootleg, wants to toss it. He's open on the right. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on first down. Trying to get behind the defense. Finds a spot down the gut of the knee. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26.
Really nice play there catching the pass. And I'll tell you, it's not easy to get on the field these days at Clemson if you're a wideout. Because of the success they've had recruiting and all the NFL talent they've had outside at the position, getting on the field and competing is no simple task. It's not easy to do, but this guy has everything you look for. He is built to succeed, not just at the college level. I think this guy's got an opportunity on Sundays, too.
Everybody and their brother showing blitz. He caught it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
And he made the extra point without problem. He'll start the return inside his 5. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Durant. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Dogs in a good spot here with second and short. Looking to fire. Caught near the sticks, it's Durant. He works his way across the 40-yard line. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41. The offense lines up at the 41 with a first and 10. Bringing the heat. Caught in the backfield, it's Meadows. Still on his feet at the 45. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31, and a big pickup on that one.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had blockers and green field out in front of him. They pick up an explosive play on a running back screen.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Caught over the middle. It's Hope. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Trying to pull his way in. He's all the way down to the 2-yard line. Just spectacular execution there. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll send the back in motion. Trying to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Bulldogs!
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we are going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. FIU is trailing right now, and I know it may look bleak, but this team needs to regroup, remind itself it's at home, and remember just how quickly things can change. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3. to Florida. That's where things stand right now. And, of course, if the script is flipped, you will hear about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly.
Lots of room to run. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. They just keep firing. Unloads to the wideout. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, this quarterback has really found a nice rhythm early, and he's in firm control and command of everything that's happening. They've had 2 drives, they've scored 2 touchdowns, and here on their 3rd possession, he still wants to take shots. That one obviously falls incomplete, but if you're him, I would keep spinning the beam.
And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
Under fire. They get to him as he throws.
And you must do that against a guy of this caliber. This kind of QB will absolutely pick you apart. You got to get hurries. You got to get pressures. And when you can get hits and make him feel the physicality of the game, maybe you can take that guy and knock him down a few notches.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
One of the things I love about this running back, he can run a lot of different types of routes. I like the job on the angle route there, putting his foot in the ground, crossing the defender's face, and making it an easy pitch and catch for the QB.
And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Georgia going up tempo. Wants to throw on 1st down. He lobs one high down the left side. Makes the grab. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Georgia.
A really nice job on their final drive of the first half, David. Calm, cool, collected. They had balance. Excellent execution. They're going to take a lead in here at halftime.
It's so much easier to go into half with that positive momentum, that positive juice. Now we can point to what we just did. Great job taking the lead. Now you go make your halftime adjustments.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the final 53 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. A little misdirection and the handoff on the counter. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. From From the gun, the running back looking for room. And after that short gain, they'll head to the locker room. It's halftime here. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first two quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the third. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
They get him at the 42, but he picked up 10 there.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
And he was on his way, and they get him down at the 30. So it's not just a strong running game. The Dogs can be dangerous with those weapons up top.
And I think when you've seen Georgia really dominate in college football over the last several years, it's because they've been more aggressive, more willing to throw the football early downs, trust their quarterback, not just the ground game.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. The Dogs with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Tough run gets it into the red zone, and they knock him down at the 17.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field. And this is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Looking to get in. And he murders into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs!
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his second touchdown of the game.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They march 72 yards, and they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now, and you score so quickly. It's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
They'll run it from the gun. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33. Clemson is quick to the line. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front, too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Rides the back and leaves it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. This dog crowd is off the leash, and they are coming after them, bringing noise on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lost one down the sideline. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. That's one of those throws. He tried to give it some touch, and as soon as it left his hand, you know he was thinking, no, please bring it back, bring it back.
As a quarterback, Reese, you've got to throw the ball with conviction. Generally, when you do, when you throw it harder, oftentimes you're a lot more accurate. All of a sudden now, you try to take something off, you're trying to throw the perfect spiral and cut the wind, and your accuracy goes down, and that was an example there. Errant throw on the interception.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It's square.
There he goes. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening.
It's a nice play call there. You've got 2-possession lead. You're trying to keep the defense guessing, right? Because you've got that lead. They know you're going to run it, but you still have got to be able to sprinkle in some shot plays and some vertical.
Touchdown, Bulldogs! And they add 6 more at the board with that trip to the house. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A pair of top 15 teams throwing haymakers today. Let's show you the very latest. North Carolina is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping in Chapel Hill. They're trailing by 18 to Notre Dame. Any major changes in this ACC standoff, you'll hear about them first from us, gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Behind his tight end. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Contreras. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the first down.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that, you got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9. Back to pass. Finds his man. It's Contreras. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Ooh, and they almost had another one, and this defense is dialed in, man. The interception on the last possession, almost another one there. They've got a really good read on this passing game.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Clemson will send the punt team out. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly out to the tight end. He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the fourth quarter. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on second down. The toss to the outside. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. It'll be third and long. Quarterback making checks. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Intercepted, the defense has set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Looking downfield on first down. Finds his big tight end. The ball is down at the 14 after that grab.
And this offense is going to have to catch some breaks, man. They're going to have to make some big plays. They're going to have to push the ball down the field, break some tackles, hit some home runs, down 3 possessions in the fourth quarter.
And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Clemson. Like a Thanksgiving turkey. They're just being carved. No shot. They have no idea how to get in this quarterback's head.
He's on fire. Everything he's doing is working defensively. We got to figure something out. We got to try to do something a little bit different, bring more pressure. At this rate, shoot, he's on so much fire, you might as well just send everybody. Blitz everybody, live with the results, because everything else ain't working anyways.
And Georgia ready to go back to work on offense. Last drive ended with a pick, but you still have to attack through the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Riggs. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it in, it's Durant. At the 45 on its way. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. Takes it the other way. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson.
How fast did this game just change? Offense in the lead with the football looking great. Defense makes the big play. We've got ourselves a ball game now.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. The lone back's got it. He's stuffed after picking up 1 to the 23.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Makes the catch. It's Hope. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. Games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
A nice job by the QB there, timing out that drag throw. It's zone coverage, so he's got to make sure he gets it to his receiver in a window to allow him to catch the ball and then turn it upfield.
That last completion still leaving them with a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. And they can't complete the bullet pass on third down. Georgia lining up to punt it away.
Number 16, on to punt it away.
Fair catch is made at the 15-yard line, and that's where they'll start this drive. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the first down. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. And he's going to lose yardage. He was looking everywhere for just a little grass and a little air, and none to be found. The Dogs are off the leash and coming after him on third down. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. Wants to return it. He gets a block. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. We'll see if they go into a 4-minute offense, try to bleed the clock, or will they stay aggressive with a couple of... Oh, he's got some space! Talk about a timely run. Gets the first down. Clock keeps moving as they try to finish the deal. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and... much time as possible. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. Now on first and goal, let's see what Georgia will do. Flips it out to the back. Touchdown, Georgia! And they take it in for 6 more points.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. UAB is putting on a show offensively. They've built up a comfortable lead against an opponent that's really been outmanned. They're up by 21 over Georgia State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
It's been tough for this QB in this one. Very small windows to throw into, and he's been under some duress as well. It's hard to find a rhythm as a QB in those types of situations, and that's why it appears as though his team's going to be leaving here with it now.
Fires one high and deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And this defense knows exactly the spot they're in, man. They are up. They've got their more defensive backs on the field. They're dropping back. You can tell they are taking away the deep ball. Nice job understanding situation, understanding clock, and what the offense is trying to do.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the fourth quarter, and you're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage.
Hauls it in, the first down and more. And he's brought down after a nice gain. After picking up the first down, they still have to move quickly here. Wants to throw again. Oh, it's picked off. Oh, at the worst possible time. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
How much fun was that? I mean, you just dream of having games like that. Every time you go into the booth, I'll watch those two teams play anytime.
Yeah, that's what's fun about good teams. Really good teams squaring off. Like, there wasn't a lot of difference between these two squads. We could watch these every week. Love calling these games because they're competitive. Great talent on the field. Palmer, unfortunately, somebody had to lose.
Yeah, and the higher-ranked team was ranked higher for a reason. At the end of the day, when it came down